Hello and welcome to a tactical history of Liverpool. When we last left Liverpool, they were languishing in mid-table and not performing well, but they had at least got back-to-back league wins for the first time since November. They followed this up with a similar win, beating Sheffield United 2-0 at Anfield, which, despite the 2 points, was such a poor performance that the crowd took to ironically cheering every header and pass. They were far more convincing a week later though, beating league leaders Manchester City 3-0 at Anfield, and they then followed it up by battering Everton 4-0 in the Merseyside derby. A goalless draw against Chelsea interrupted the run, but they then won all of their next 5 matches, including a 5-0 thrashing of Newcastle and a 3-0 win over Manchester United at Old Trafford. Liverpool had now gone 12 matches unbeaten in the league, dropping just 2 points and conceding just 2 goals in that period. This saw them gradually clamber up the table, now sitting in third, 2 points behind leaders Derby with a game in hand. It appeared Liverpool had finally clicked. Their opponents for today's game were Coventry City. Coventry were founded as Singers FC in 1883, changing their name in 1898, but they didn't join the Football League until after the First World War. They were largely unsuccessful, dropping down as far as the 4th Division. However, their fortunes began to change in 1961. Fresh from his successful campaign to abolish the maximum wage, Jimmy Hill retired as a player and took over as manager at Coventry. It was Hill that introduced their sky blue kit, as well as various innovations such as match programmes, chartered trains to away games, meet and greets for young supporters, and pre-match entertainment to encourage fans to arrive early. They won the 3rd Division in 1964, then 3 years later they would win the 2nd Division, seeing them promoted to the top flight for the first time in their history. Hill was ready to take on a new challenge though. Just 2 days before the season started, the club announced that he was resigning as manager to move into broadcasting. He would take charge of the first few matches as Coventry searched for a new manager before stepping aside for Noel Cantwell. Defender George Curtis breaking his leg in only their 2nd game was an early indicator of how the 1st Division would go for Coventry. They avoided relegation by just 1 point on the final day and then did the same again a year later. Things would improve in the 69-70 season though, as Coventry would finish in 6th place, earning them a place in Europe, where they would face Bayern Munich in the Intercities Fairs Cup. A 10th place finish for next year was a step backwards, although they were at least secure in mid-table. However, this season they were back battling relegation again. Cantwell had been relieved of his duties the previous month, as coming into this game Coventry sat in 18th place. Chief scout Bob Dennison was acting as caretaker manager, and he set up Coventry in a 4-4-2, with recent signing from Liverpool Bobby Graham starting up front. Bill Shankly made 2 changes to the side we saw in episode 35. Kevin Keegan was moved back inside to partner John Toshak up front, seeing Brian Hall and Steve Highway return on the wings. Shankly had finally found an 11 he was happy with, unchanged for the previous 7 matches. Liverpool made a slow start to the game. Their passing was sloppy early on, and they were caught sleeping defensively by a short corner, only spared going behind by an acrobatic save from Ray Clements. Coventry on the other hand started well. They looked to pass the ball along the ground, and Ernie Hunt dropping off the front line to receive the ball to feet really helped them to progress the ball. With him dropping off and Graham pulling out to the flank, it did leave them without anyone up front to actually attack the box though. Despite their poor start, it didn't take Liverpool long to open the scoring. Clements went long at a goal kick, and although Coventry's defenders headed the ball away, Hall picked up the second ball and immediately sent a pass in behind. Keegan had raced in behind the back line, played onside by Wilf Smith, and finished low into the corner before the right back could get across to stop him. Once they had taken the lead, Liverpool were in full control. Coventry continued to pass the ball forward, with both Graham and Hunt often drifting wide to help work it forward. However, while they did sometimes play some nice football, they were generally looking toothless in attack. Liverpool, on the other hand, weren't. They nearly doubled their lead soon after on the counter-attack, Ian Callaghan playing the ball for Hall to run onto, and him and Keegan drawing across the Coventry defenders, opening up space for Chris Lawler to attack the box. Then Keegan ran in behind the Coventry defence again, only denied by an exceptionally cynical foul by Roy Barry on the edge of the area, seeing him collide nastily with Bill Glazier. Then once again Coventry's defenders didn't seem aware of Liverpool's runners from deep, allowing Hall to attack the box. Well, Callaghan stung Glazier's palms following a free kick. Another Liverpool goal seemed an inevitability at this point. Nevertheless, it was Coventry that would get the next goal shortly into the second half. Tommy Smith will give a free kick away, bringing down Graham and tearing his shirt after missing his challenge. And although Liverpool defended the free kick, they struggled to get the ball away, giving away a corner. Willie Carr escaped Enley Hughes to head at goal, and Hunt made sure it hit the back of the net. This didn't see a change in momentum though. If anything, it only intensified Liverpool's dominance as they searched for another goal. They pummeled the Coventry box with dangerous crosses, mainly from the right, but also from the left, and pushed Lawler up into attack. Even when Coventry repelled these crosses, Liverpool would win the second balls, meaning the Sky Blues were facing wave after wave of Liverpool attacks. Liverpool were also doing a good job of pressuring Coventry when they had the ball, making it hard for them to pass out. And when they did manage to scramble the ball away, Graham was generally left alone in attack, giving him little opportunity to threaten his former club. Liverpool eventually retook the lead from his pressure, winning the ball back in the Coventry half, then quickly playing in Keegan. Barry did seem to get to the ball, yet the referee pointed to the spot, and Smith converted the penalty. The Reds didn't let up though, continuing to push men forward and get at Coventry. They did have the ball in the net again from a free kick, but it was disallowed for offside. Coventry did manage to fight back though. A nice passing move saw Dennis Mortimer attack a gap in defence, stopped by Clements then missing the rebound. And minutes later they had Liverpool boxed in. It was Liverpool that would get another goal though. They again won the second ball following a cross, and Keegan let Callahan's pass run through to John Toshak, who squeezed the ball inside the near post. Coventry had put up a good fight, yet Liverpool was simply too strong for them. It had taken most of the season for Shankly's men to finally click, but now that they had, they were putting in a serious challenge for the title. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to support the channel. This will help show my work to more people and ensure that you see future videos. You can also help me out by sharing this video with people you think would like it. You can keep up with what I'm working on by following on social media, links are in the description, but most importantly by supporting Holding Midfield on Patreon. Without financial support, these videos will simply cease to exist, as they just require too much time and effort. So if you enjoy these videos and would like to see more of them, please consider helping me out financially, and in return you'll get access to exclusive content, as well as early access to those that appear on YouTube. Thanks for watching.